Joyce Meyer says you can't have a positive life and a negative mind. I say you can't have positive cash flow in your business and a negative mindset around sales. That means you've got to choose. So if you want to have positive cash flow, in today's video, I'm going to share 3 ways for you to think about sales specifically before your sales call. Now, listen, before I thought these thoughts, I thought sales was icky, yucky, cringy, pushy, manipulative. I thought I had to be all of these things to be successful. I also thought that I needed to talk really fast and be really funny and be really loud, because the people that I observed online who appeared to be successful in sales didn't appear to do those things, and they were everything that I was not. So the truth of the matter is that's not the case. And I learned this when I was working with a coach, and not only were they helping me take action, and implement sales strategies, we were really diving into my thoughts, because we can do the actions, we can take the strategies, we can know the tactics, we can know the scripts, but if we don't get our mind right, again, we can't have both. We can't have positive cash flow and a negative mindset around sales. We first have to address how we think. So the first way for you to think is knowing that selling is serving. It's not something that you're doing to an ideal client. It's something that you're doing for an ideal client. So when you are sharing your products and services, you are providing your ideal prospect to make a decision to solve their number one problem that's keeping them up at night, or to achieve their number one desire quicker, faster, easier, and more effectively than they could on their own. You are serving them by providing them an answer that they've been praying about, that they've been pleading about, that they've been talking about. You're serving them and you're saying, listen, I can help you achieve this goal. I can help you solve this problem. I can help you have this desire. And it's something you're doing for them. So that gives you a breath of fresh air. I know you don't want to feel like a villain. I know you don't want to feel like you're doing something to a person. You don't want to feel like you have to be out of integrity with your values. And what I'm saying, when you think that selling is serving, which it is, you'll be in alignment and you'll be able to sell with integrity and empathy. The second thought is to know that selling is a process. It's not a pitch. In fact, I want you to write these down below, the ones that you're going to have to start thinking about, start meditating, start adopting this mindset so that you can have positive cash flow. The first one, again, is selling is serving. Now we're talking about selling as a process, not a pitch. And that one should make you run around your house, right? Because what that says is that it's not about having this perfect script and saying at the right tempo, at the right time. It's understanding that it's a process. In fact, recently I learned that it takes 7 hours and 11 touches for an ideal prospect to make a decision to say yes. Right there, that tells you it's a process, and everyone's at a different stage in the process, right? So your warm leads are at the process where they know they have a problem that they want to solve, that your product and your solution solves. They're just looking for the solution. So they're really educated. They know what they need. They know the problem that they need, versus a cold lead who doesn't know what they don't know, right? And so everyone's at different stages of the process. And so it's not about having a perfect pitch. Hello, let's say goodbye to perfectionism. It's about understanding that selling is a process, right? And providing enough content for your ideal client to take themselves from cold to warm to hot prospect. In fact, I like to say from cold to cool to warm to hot prospect. You putting out enough content to both educate and inform and maybe even entertain your prospect so they can take themselves down, understanding it's a process. So it's not about the perfect pitch, right? In fact, when you're speaking to who God has called you to assign, it really doesn't even matter what you say, almost, sort of, kind of, not, right? I can remember a time that it was near the end of a client's 1-year program. They were, their 12-month program was near the end, and I was sharing about what the next step could be and how we could continue their journey. And midway through, they said, Althea, I'm already bought in. Like, you can stop. Because I, at that point, was falling back into old mindsets and feeling I need to say the perfect pitch. And they were like, I want to continue working with you. Like, say less, right? So it's not about a pitch. Again, selling is a process. And the third thing for you to think about, right? If you want a positive cash flow, and I really want you to think about these before your sales call, is that selling is leading. Selling is leading. And what do I mean by that? Is as a leader, you are selling to other leaders. And one thing that we as leaders love, agree with me, tell me if this is right. We love to be led. We lead in all areas of our life. We don't want to back lead, as they say in salsa dancing. We want to be led by a leader. We want to work with a leader. We want to work with someone who's going to help lead us in the right direction. And so, because selling is leading, this is where you need to show up as a leader, as your most bold, authentic, and confident self. This is not where you're being passive and indirect. This is where you are showing up with confidence and clarity and conviction that you know that your product and service is going to help your ideal client solve their problem, right? So selling is leading. You being passive is helping no one, but you being very clear on how you help and what next steps a prospect needs to take if they're going to say yes and when they're going to say yes, and really showing up boldly. This also means that you are going to be asking powerful questions, getting to the root of the matter, listening at different levels. This is an invitation for you to be who you are, which is a powerful leader. And so in your sales call, just as you would when you're delivering your services, show up as the leader that God created you to be. Because selling is leading. Literally, you are leading your prospect from where they are to where they want to be. And the last thing they want to know is like, does this person know what they're doing? Because here's what happens, right? When you are filled with sales anxiety and you shrink and you hide, and you may not be physically doing it, but you're doing it in your tone, you're doing it in your mannerisms, you're being passive. Leaders, right? This is what we do, right? It's like, do they know what they're talking about? Oh my gosh, is this another area where I'm going to have to lead? I just want someone to take charge and to lead me through this process. So this is an invitation and an opportunity for you to be you. Because the prospect is not thinking, oh, maybe they're uncomfortable selling. No, you know why? Because they're focused on themselves. Just as we do as humans, we're focused on ourselves and we're just thinking, can this person help? Where am I going to get this money from? Or where should I pull this money from? Should I pull it from my pocket? Should I pull it from my savings account? Should I pull it from, my bank account? And so they want someone who is confident and clear and convicted that they can help. So again, the 3 things that you need to think about in order to have positive cash flow is that selling is serving, selling is a process, it's not a pitch, and selling is leading. And when you do this, you'll find that you're not keeping yourself from 7 figures. You're not robbing yourself of a fortune. Listen, if, when I began to understand how powerful my thoughts were and how it impacted my sales results and my sales results and like how I showed up on the sales call, it was an epiphany. It's like, oh my gosh, I can now tie back my results to my thoughts. It's a clear correlation. And you can always tell, I can always tell how entrepreneurs are thinking about their sales based on their actions. Listen, I have a new free training that it's going to help you stop making the biggest sales mistakes that female entrepreneurs make that keep them from seven figures. These are mistakes that you're probably making that you're not even aware of. You may not even be realizing that you're making these mistakes because oftentimes you're making it at the subconscious and the unconscious level. And actions alone are not going to change it. You can have all the strategies in the world. You can have all the tactics in the world. But if you don't change how you think and you're not even aware of these mistakes, it won't matter. So make sure to grab my free training. It's in the description. And you know what? I'm going to pin it to the comments so it's easy for you to hear. And then let me know which of the 3 ways that you should be thinking about sales. These are thoughts that every successful entrepreneur thinks before a sales call you are going to adopt today. So I can't wait to continue the conversation in the comments, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so more female entrepreneurs like us can have positive cash flow because we have a positive mindset around sales. Okay, I can't wait to see you in the free training. And until then, take care. God bless. Love you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we release a new video. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Go to altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest sales mistakes that keep you from 7 figures.